Hi, everybody. It is week 7, discussion post for chapter 10 from the Bauman book. My first takeaway from this chapter was about finding balance, making sure that the students find balance and taking breaks in between shows, but also during rehearsal schedules. In my post, I kind of talk about how that's kind of difficult for me at my school, just because the times that we can have rehearsals are very limited, basically 2 days a week for an hour and 15 minutes after school. And that seems to be when the other clubs are running and when sports are running as well. So it makes it really difficult. And I think because of that, that's one reason I don't have a lot of kids coming out to audition and to be in my drama club, because it's just we don't have a lot of time, I feel like, available, and so that's a frustration that I have. But I understand that it's important, and in a perfect world, I feel like, yeah, the kids would have drama and then sports and then music, and they'd be able to do everything, but that's just not the reality of the way things work. My second takeaway is from the section on planning your show. And the author talked about trying something different, totally different from your first show, and then also having more elaborate sets and costumes. Well, again, I think that's a great idea. It just doesn't really work for me right now. I'm very limited on the shows I can do and the sets and costumes I can have. So in a perfect world, again, I think that would be great. But it's just not something that's practical or realistic for me at this time. My third takeaway was about the section spreading the wealth of the roles. And I really like this idea a lot. I don't really see it very often, but I think it's great. In my current school, where I'm teaching, the talent pool is very limited, and so all of my actors are beginning actors, and they're all working really hard every single day. I don't have any actors that stand out as being just like naturally talented or having like training. So all of my kids are developing and working really hard every day. But I really do appreciate that about them, and I think that says a lot about them, because they are working really hard, and I can see that, and I'm very pleased and proud of them, and I think that's the most important thing. So all in all, I think the chapter was really short and sweet, and it had some good takeaways for us. Also the book, I did like the book, but it kind of felt just like a summary of each section for us. So it didn't have too much detail, I think. So for me, being a beginning drama teacher, I would like to have something with a little more substance to it. But anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.